Hey guys, Foxdrop here with another Season 4 commentary for you guys. This game I'm playing as Shyvana. Now, I've done quite a few Shyvana games on my channel recently. That's for two reasons. Firstly, I really like playing Shyvana. In Season 2, she was my most played jungler. And also, the second reason is that she's really popular right now. That she's really strong. Basically, she's pretty much Flavor of the Month OP. And a lot of that is in the top lane, but also in the jungle as well. She's really good. Now, so for this game, my runes are masteries. My masteries, I'm kind of toying around with different things, like I say, because it's the beginning of the season, so I'm just playing around with things, getting used to stuff. But I've decided to start with this game. I believe I am either 2109 or... Actually, no, I think that's what I am. I think I'm 2109. But that's not definitive or anything like that. I'm not saying that's the best Shyvana page. It's just what I've decided to run with. I might even be 9021, maybe. Can't really remember, one of those two. But yeah, and also my runes, again, these are things I'm testing out. But basically I've got hybrid pen reds and army yellows, magic resist blues, and move speed quints. Now, any alternatives you can have are, you can have AD reds, you can have attack speed reds, you can have AD quints, you can have a variety of those things basically. But I've decided to go with the hybrid pen and the move speed quints. I may even actually have AD quints on this page, actually, to be perfectly honest. I'm not sure. I might be lying to you a little bit there. But anyway, so the starting items I've gone with this game are 100 machete and 5 potions, although because I've got the mastery and utility that turns the potions into biscuits. I now have biscuits. Just I quite like that mastery because it increases, the health you get from potions, and junglers use a lot of potions, so I figure that's kind of cool. But yeah, so starting my blue buff, I get a lot of help from my bot lane. I smite it, although I smited that really early, I smited that a bit late. I should have engaged with my smite. The reason why I smited it is just because I wanted to go and do my smite my red buff, my second buff as well. So and just because smite now has such a low cooldown, you can get away with that. You can smite both the buffs. It's really nice. So I'm going to run over now. I should be doing my race first yet. So I do my race first, take these away, take them really quickly just because you're Shyvana. The reason why I went race here instead of just going to my red buff is because you don't actually get level 3 from doing 2 buffs now. So what I would have had to have done is I would have to do red buff and then do a mini camp. And I don't want to do that. I want to do my second buff as late as possible basically, just so I can get make the most out of this red buff. If I had taken red and then gone and done race, then the duration of this red buff would kind of be wasted a teeny weeny bit with me killing the jungle. You don't really want to do that. With red buff is like a PvP buff. You want to be using it on people. So yeah, I jump in here onto Malzahar. We blow his flash instantly just because he knows if he doesn't come. Shyvana has so much damage early, especially if you get tagged with that E, that he was dead, like he was screwed. If he didn't come in, he would have just died. Like if he didn't flash, he would have died. So he does that. He flashes away. I keep farming so I'm not wasting too much time. Go and take away the white camp. Take this geezer away. And I'm still only level 3, which is a bit of a shame. But I'm looking at things to do now. I'm thinking Malzahar doesn't have his flash, so he can be pretty easy to kill. I flash onto his face. I've got red buff, so I can tag him with that. He'll probably die instantly. I also see Volibear's here as well. And I'm like, well, I know I'm stronger than Volibear, so I'm going to bully him around. I smite still the big race, so now I'm level 4. And it looks like I am going for Maz. And I actually do, this might be, so Maz is slightly out of position. Not a lot out of position, just slightly. And I flash onto his face, tag him, and we just kill him instantly. So Shyvana has so much damage on the red buff as well. It's pretty insane. So we get that free kill, and because he didn't have his flash, he was the free kill. And that's why if people don't have their summoners, you should try and gank them as much as possible. Now what I probably should have done here is I probably should have tried to push out mid, just so I got a bit of extra farm and just so that it pushed to the tower quicker, so I could deny Malzahar it. But I didn't do that. I went to farm my own jungle myself. And now I have enough gold that I'm going to go buy a Spirit Stone. That's probably what I'm going to buy, and some boots and some potions. That would be a standard buy, and that looks like that's exactly what I've gone to buy. So Spirit Stone just for the extra damage onto creeps so that I clear faster. Boots just so I run around faster, and potions for obvious reasons. Like, it's a pretty obvious buy. And now because that Kale has recalled, I'm thinking, well, I can get a bit of free farm here. Just soak it up. Don't want to take too much harass because I don't want to go too low on health in the jungle just because I've been, because I was sloppy in lane. So I get that free farm. I don't want to push this out too much now because Kale's on our way. So I just take out a few pieces of CS, not too much. And then I go and see what I can do in the enemy jungle. I see these Racer up. I'm going to steal these away. Shyvana's very good at counter jungling. She's an extremely good jeweler. She takes things away very quickly. So she's really good at doing these things. I see if I can get Malzahar again, but I can't. My flash isn't up. I don't have red buff. He's not in a bad position, so we can't kill him. And again, I'm just looking around. I'm like thinking, what can I do? What can I do? And I'm thinking bot lane looks like it's a kind of nice gank. maybe this red buff will be up as well. This is what I'm actually thinking right now. If I slow this down so I can explain. At 7 minutes roughly, the first buff should respawn. Because if the enemy jungler takes the buff at... if it spawns at 155 and it dies at like 205, then in a 5-minute respawn, it should be back up at like 705 roughly. So this buff should be up if he started red. But it looks like he didn't start red, which is kind of surprising actually. Because if you should... Well, usually you start the buff nearest your bot lane just so you can get a smartless. But he's not there, and he ends up trying to run away, but we get the kill. Because he runs up the river. We saw him run up the river, so we could catch him out. And now I see the enemy bot lane is tower diving, but they're on really low health, so these guys should be a free kill for me. I come in, pick up the free kill. Well, actually, Lux gets the free kill, yeah. But then I decided to push this out as well. Soak up all the free farm, all the experience, because our AD isn't even here, and their bot lane are both dead, so we may as well push this to tower. And then I'm going to go and hand over this blue buff to our Kayle. I'm almost level 7, like I'm really high level basically right now. And if this Kayle wants this red, yeah, blue, sorry, not red. She takes it away, good. And I'm level 7 now, which is a really high level, and I'm very, very strong. So I'm just going to keep farming here, keep up my CS, all that lovely business, take away my red buff. And right now I'm going to look at things to do. I decided to keep farming for a little bit. I don't want to force things, but if there's stuff to do, I'll do it. So I'm looking at top lane thinking this could go kind of well. Let's see what we get here. And the dog tries to face check me. Or I think he was going to go ward as I was there. So it's kind of unlucky timing, I guess, from my part. So he just runs away from me. And I'm thinking, well, at least I'm showing my face a little bit, I guess. But we didn't achieve anything, which sucks. So I'm running around here. Just going to go farm some more. Farm up these wolves. Farm up my white. And then... I'm looking around now thinking, what can I do? What can I do? So I go and ping mid lane. I'm like, let's go do that. But unfortunately, mid laner gets... Pantheon slut drops him. So Pantheon gets the kill. Like, I think Mazhar ulted him on spot. And then Pantheon ulted. So it's a really... Actually pretty mean wombo combo. But right here, this is quite smart. I'm going to pause this now. So right here, 4 people show up to go and push mid down. I don't know why 4 people show up. I know Pantheon ganked there and Mazhar was already there, so that's cool. But why the jungler randomly shows up and then the other bot laner, I don't know. But whatever, it's kind of nice, I suppose, to the extent that they've now can push this mid down. I can't defend that. Like, there's 4 people there. Even if I go to try and defend that mid lane, I'm not going to be able to do anything. I'm one person. I could maybe stall them, but I'd instantly die pretty much. And the tower will just die anyway. So there's no point being there. So instead of what I do, I ping this bot lane. I'm just going to resume it here. I ping the bot lane. I'm like, okay, they're taking our mid. Let's take the bot. So I just group up with the bot lane and I push this down. So we trade tower for tower. I'm like, I'm not letting them get that tower for free. Let's take their bot lane. I know they're probably rotating around, but if we get this tower, firstly, whatever trade we do is probably worth it. I try to fight this Pantheon. I give him a pretty good run for his money, and then he stands in my fire and burns, and then the creeps finish him off, which is actually kind of lucky, but whatever. So we get 1 kill. So far it's 1 for 1. We trade here. Summoners are blown as well, so it's 2 for 1 for the enemy team. So we go 2 for 1, including loads of summoners by the enemy team, which is okay. And we get the tower. So that fight is worth it. Getting the tower there is worth it. I mean, even though we died, 2 for 1, we got the tower. So perfectly fine. And that's just a great answer to them pushing that mid lane down. And now Kayle's here as well to mop up some kills to stop them from pushing as well. So that's really, really good. This works out really, really nicely for us. It looks like we're going to get maybe get another kill Mazhar. I don't know. Yeah, another kill Mazhar as well. So all this stuff, so many kills, just because they decided to push our mid basically, and I responded in an appropriate way. But also because now Kayle has gone bot lane, I know Kayle's not there, and I know Mazhar has just died. I'm thinking, well, I can go and push this mid down. Like, there's nothing stopping me from pushing mid now, so I can push it down. I'm not the fastest at pushing this down, not too slow, but really nothing to write home about. I farm up the creeps as well, but I actually get to kill it all myself. Like, I get this tower down, just because again, another good opportunity, recognizing, oh, I can take this tower down, like, it's pretty free for me. So I do some more counter jungling here, and I'm kind of looking, I always want to, whenever someone's under their tower in the lane, you want to check it out and see, can we dive that person? A lot of the times, dives are pretty good to be doing, especially if you're tanky like I am. But I decided not to do that. What I should have done here is I shouldn't have ran up this way, because it was pretty obvious. But I actually do. We decide to engage here. We go into Anus, and we kind of, this is actually really sloppy so far by us, but because we're both so tanky, it doesn't really matter. Like, we don't die or anything like that, so it's okay. We just don't get the kill, which is a real shame. But still, this Volibear tries to stay, and he can't stay. Like, as soon as I aggro the tower here, Garen doesn't attack because he's on low health, so I aggro the tower, and I can tank this for days. There's a TP coming in though, so we need to be really careful. But I tanked this for so long that we got that. Like, we just got the free tower dive. And now I'm going to try and take away their blue as well. This should be free because their jungler just died. I chuck a ward over the wall just so I can see if Malzahar's coming around or someone tries to come around. So I take away their blue buff and I run away. Because I'd taken them in as well just for the extra XP. So for my items, I've got an Ancient Golem just because that's a nice tanky item for Shyvana. It gives you the tenacity, which is really important when you don't have any CC. And it also means that I can then go Moby Boots if I have tenacity on my Golem. Makes me tanky, like I say, and also the gold stacking thing is kind of nice. What speed are we on now? 1%. Okay, so yeah, mobility boots just so I can run around and invade and stuff like that. And also, I like to get Doran's Blade just for a bit of extra damage and also the lifesteal stuff because Shyvana doesn't have any lifesteal. She can actually suffer from that. So I went for the Doran's Blade and loads of potions, of course. And I just went back and I bought the components for a Sunfire Cape. That's what I'm going to buy. I really like Sunfire Cape on Shyvana because it gives her quite a lot of damage. It makes her tankier and gives her quite a lot of damage because it's like your burnout is like a semi-Sunfire kind of thing. So it just makes your burnout have even more damage. That's kind of how I like to think about it. But anyway, I see this bot lane is overextended, so I just run down bot. I tag them and I try to fight them. I have a lot of damage here as well. You can see all my damage onto Pantheon. It's pretty insane considering how tanky I am as well. Chasing him down. I don't actually have my dragon yet. But he's dead, 100%. He's just dead. And we also got the kill on Thresh. So 2 kills there because of just a free gank, basically. I also wanted to talk a little bit about this Ancient Golem. I'm going to play this really slowly just because why I talk about Ancient Golem. I see Volibear here as well, so I'm like, let's kill him. And no one's really here to follow up. That's not their fault. It's my fault because I just went really hard and I shouldn't have done. But yeah, so the reason a lot of people will be asking, watching this video, they'll probably be asking why are you going Ancient Golem and not going Wriggles. If you farm a lot because you're Shyvana, you're really fast at farming, why aren't you going Wriggles? Well, I don't really like to get Wriggles. Firstly, I don't think Wriggles is worth it. You get like really shitty combat stats for 1800 gold. Secondly, it doesn't really, it's like an investment item that costs too much. Like, you don't want to spend loads of gold just to get an investment item that you can then possibly get more gold from. It doesn't really make too much sense. And the gold you get is not really that much. Like, I have a perfect example where I did a Nocturne game where I was Glass Cannon. So I played a Nocturne game where I was clearing at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. And I got like 800 bonus gold in 20 minutes. Which isn't too bad, but when you consider the fact that it also costs 1,800 gold, it's really not worth it. And like I say, the combat stats that you lack from having Wriggles, again, is pretty poor. Like, it's not worth having that. It makes you too weak, basically. And I just like I like being strong in Shyvana because I need to be strong to bully people around. So that's why I don't really like getting Wriggles. But yeah, so we took away the dragon there because it was a really good opportunity. The bot lane were dead. We could take it away for free, which we did. Unfortunately, I died pretty stupidly, actually. Like, I didn't have to stand there and just die. I figured we could kill Pantheon before he killed me, but we couldn't, which was a misplay by me. But yeah, we got the dragon, so that's all good in the hood. And now I'm just running around. Like, basically, I'm really strong right now. Like, no one can really handle me. Even 2v1, I don't even feel that intimidated. And this bitch-ass Lux steals my white with her ultimate, so already, like, damn, she's making me rage. It's being extremely rude, extremely rude. But yeah, so I take away my red buff here as well because that's just respawned. And now I'm looking to do things. So I could be farming my jungle here, but I decided not to because there's stuff to be done. But this has actually kind of surprised me. This Pantheon destroyed me. Like, he wrecked me completely. And I was like, I figured I could just fight him, but I couldn't. He just killed me. So yeah, we fought and I had to I ran away. But he has an early Last Whisper, which I didn't see. Like, I should have looked at his items and saw he had Last Whisper, because then obviously he will destroy me with that Last Whisper. But I didn't see that because that was my bad. That was my mistake. And this Lux snipes away Thresh, which is nice too, after this really awkward fight. But yeah, when my team came in to rescue me, Kale could have saved me as well. I remember playing this game. This Kale is Kalebot is Shakarez. I don't know if you guys know Shakarez. He runs lowvoz.net, all the math crafting stuff as well. I was playing with him and I remember shouting. I was on the sky. I was like, ult me, ult me, ult me, ult me, ult me. And for some reason, this guy didn't even hear me. He wasn't paying any attention. He refused to ult me. No one ever loves the junglers. There's selfish players everywhere. Elo hell. That's what it is. And yeah, so we were joking about that, and he said, make sure when you put this video on YouTube that I made sure I would name and shame him. So Shakarez, I'm naming and shaming you for not ulting me in that fight. But it kind of worked out because he used his ult later on and he got some kills. So in all fairness, it really wasn't that bad. But whatever, I'm going to name and shame him anyway because that's what good friends do. So yeah, that fight happened. It wasn't too bad for us. Just a bad, you always need to be looking at people's items to see how, see what items they are, how strong they are, can they kill you, can you kill them, all that stuff. Now I actually run over here to try and help Garen, and but I realised there's a Quadra Goon Squad on his face, so I'm thinking, probably can't save you from that, Garen, my apologies, I'm just going to let you die. If it was 2, maybe even 3 people, I would probably jump in there like a man and take him away, but nah. And this is quite funny here, like, this is really dumb, like, look at this. I dragon him backwards, thinking, I think this is like a poppy charge, or a vial, or a VIQ, sorry, or something like that. And so I ulti backwards to try and knock him back away from safety. So I'm like, yeah, this is a really good idea. I mean, this is really smart. I'm not just wasting my dragon. I'm using it to knock him back. And I don't really think it through. I don't realise that I will travel 1,000 miles and this Nasus will travel a meter. So yeah, that was really dumb. And I ended up actually dying because I made that mistake. So yeah, always well, at least I won't make that mistake again, I guess. Yeah, so that was really stupid by me. And now we're just giving too many free kills to the other team, so I kind of need to step it up a little bit. I'm just playing a bit sloppily. I'm just, mucking around. I need to focus up now. And the next time I'm buying here is going to be a Randuin's. I really like Randuin's because firstly it gives you health, so it makes you really tanky, and also the active is quite nice. Like if you jump in as a dragon on Shyvana and then pop your Randuin's, you slow everyone around you. So that is really nice for Shyvana, just because you can Randuin's like 2 or 3 people, and it's really good. It means that people can't just run away from you, which is really Shyvana's biggest weakness, is people just running away from her. But she's usually fast enough to get away, like to not make that really too much of an issue. But Randuin's definitely helps. And also they have a really fed Pantheon, so Randuin's even better. So we take away this tower here. Like again, I'm recognising opportunities just where we can push down to try and help the team and the game and stuff like that. But we don't want to fight here. Carol actually dies, but it's worth it because we got the tower, and then Lux comes in and finishes him off anyway, so definitely worth it. Finishes off Thresh, that is. And now, like, my farm is pretty high, like 120 CS compared to the 60 CS of this Volibear, because I'm farming quite a lot. I'm just, yeah, farming. We kill away this Nasus, and now we bomb. Wow, why can't I slow? Okay, I can't slow it down. We bomb it for this top tower just so we can try and make a push here. We can actually dive this as well, I think. Personally, I think we can dive this, but we do need to be careful. Like, it is kind of risky, but there you go. I decided to dive in anyway, and we do get the kills. And Kale ults me this time. Thank you very much, Kale. I'm glad you remembered how to use your ult on me. And then we take away the tower. So we get 3 kills. We get 3 free kills, and we take away the tower. And then we kill Anus, and now Pantheons start dropping onto us, so he's just gonna instantly die. And yeah, so now it's just like, this is like the OMG what was it, OMG SKT1 game in the World Finals, or in the World Championship, where people just respawn and die and die and die. So now we just get this in here for free because of that. This is just like, you do not want to do that. This is the easiest way to lose a game, basically. You make mistakes like this, and then you just chain mistakes, and the enemy team just pushes and takes advantage of it, and it's pretty ugly. So, but now we have to run away because they're respawning on full health, and we're all kind of low because we've just spent so much time, pushing and doing that stuff. So we just have to recall, but we achieved a lot there, and that's really, really good. So now us losing this game is now pretty much out the window. Like, it's really hard for us to lose now. We set ourselves up in a really good position to win. So I finished off my Randuins. I already said why that's really good, and now I bought a pickaxe. That is because I was going to buy a frozen man at this game, like I say, just for the permaslow. Like, you just permaslow someone. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. You just run at them, you permaslow them, they're not getting away from you, they're probably just going to die. So take away my red buff, and things to do now will probably be, as long as we're not, like, firstly we need to be grouping up, and then we just need to be either pushing something down or taking Baron. Baron would actually be a really good idea here, because I don't think they could stop us, and even if they came to try and stop us, we'd just fight them, and we'd probably win the fight and then win the game anyway. And if we did have Baron, we could push and win with it. It would increase our chances of pushing and winning anyway, but if we're not all grouped up, we can't do that. So we just need to, we don't want to get overextended and go into a fight where we would all die because we're not grouped up. So I see Kale starts a fight here. I jump in from behind. We all just, they get caught out basically, and we all close in on them. And so now this is pretty much the game. Like, they can't do anything here. We'll just we're going to push this inhib down. I know Jinx isn't with us. I don't know why Jinx isn't with us. He probably should be, but whatever, turns out we don't need them. And this game is, again, this It's pretty much over now. We just need to push down, not make too many fundamental mistakes, and we'll be fine. But they're not doing anyway. And yeah. So that was my Shyvana Season 4 game, guys. Thanks very much for watching. If you like the video, don't forget you can give it a thumbs up, and you can also subscribe to me if you enjoyed the video that much. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. Follow me on my Facebook, my Twitter, which are both in the links down below, but they're both /Foxdrop below. You can catch me streaming as well on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Foxdrop. Again, the link is under the video. But thanks very much for watching, guys. Hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you in my next video.